And we now move to Asia and Oceania, and our first contestant is from Australia. This is Kristen Wright, and Kristen is studying for a degree in biomedical science and would like to pursue a career in paediatric speech pathology. A national gymnast for over 10 years, she became the youngest scuba instructor in Victoria, and if that's not enough, Kristen's also published as a children's author. Please welcome Australia.
Hello everyone, and thank you for having me. There is a town in Australia that I would like to bring to your attention that I visited with a very dear friend of mine, and where I hosted an Educate Resuscitate program, and this place is called Toomala. It is located in New South Wales, about 9 or 10 hours drive from Sydney, and is one of the lowest socioeconomic towns in Australia. It is a former mission site, and when I visited it, there were 20 homes to house 200 people. Their closest hospital is hours away, meaning medical supplies are also out of immediate reach, unlike most of us in Australia are fortunate to have. Visiting this remote town, seeing the children, I have seen firsthand the impact of inadequate healthcare access and its life-changing effects on individuals, families, and communities. It's absolutely terrifying. Health is a fundamental human right, as declared by the United Nations Committee on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. And the disparities that persist among various groups include social, cultural, economic, and physical factors impacting access to healthcare. Having a background in biomedical science and experience working with remote communities in Australia, I was shocked to hear that, like many parts of the world, we experience gaps in health and healthcare systems. In Australia, there remains an average life expectancy gap of 8.45 years for male and female Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Australians compared to the rest of the population. Moreover, according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics Health Survey data, social determinants account for approximately 1/3, or 34%, of the health gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians, while health risk factors contribute under 1/5, or 19%. The remaining gap, 47%, includes variances in access to health services and the influence of cultural and historical factors on health outcomes. Contributing to these disparities are factors such as lack of available services, distance to facilities without adequate transportation, cost, lengthy waiting times, and the need for culturally safe and responsive healthcare services. These challenges highlight the urgent need to ensure universal access to healthcare, regardless of financial means or geographic location. Global rankings of countries based on hospital per million population further emphasize the need for change to ensure healthcare is accessible to all.
Time.
Even in developed countries like Australia, these disparities persist, underscoring the importance of healthcare as a universal right, not a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you, Australia. Now we move to India and Sini Shetty. Sini's completing a bachelor's degree in accounting and finance, currently pursuing a career in finance as a financial analyst. Welcome, India.
It is an absolute honor to be here at Bharat Mandapam, the same place where G20 was hosted on September 2023. Well, India's G20 presidency is a culmination of milestones. but the summit will also focus on illustrating issues that are important, that is not only India is facing, but also universally faced, which also focuses on strategic foreign policies. The one thing that brought to my attention, one of the goals that G20 has been working for is Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable Development Goals is a universal call for action for a fairer, more sustainable future. We live in a world where we are bound by shared challenges and aspirations. And this takes me back to the work that I did during my Beauty with a Purpose project. A little sweet boy called Rahman, a 13-year-old cerebral palsy survivor. Well, when I was talking to him, these few words out of his mouth where he said that, I have so much potential in life, I have so much ambition in life, but my physical disability is not allowing me to pursue it. Is life that unfair? And that broke me. I knew that he was not alone. There are millions of children out there surviving and going through the same thing. And that is why I think Sustainable Development Goals are so important for upliftment and empowering such people in life. And particularly focusing on SDG 4, that means providing quality education. Well, we live in a world where education is the stepping stone to success, your progressive recourse towards march and perfection. Well, Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 4, quality education now focuses on vocational and territorial education training. And I'm so happy about the fact that this has been advocated here among countries that are developing countries and empowering other countries in the generations to come. Sitting here, I'm reminded of the G20 motto, One Earth, One Future. And the future is to take this goal ahead and march towards a progressive recourse. And also remember that this course is not just for the government to fight. This call is not just the government to fight. Us people, we are the government. And the citizens of this world have their destiny in their own hands. So standing here, I'm reminded that this is a call to serve, not wait to be served. Understand that education is something that takes you towards your progressive march and build towards it. Support everyone across the world. Know that you're not alone and challenge every opportunity that comes your way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, India. Now it's the turn of Indonesia and Audrey Vanessa. And Audrey has completed a first-class degree in commerce and a master's degree in banking and finance. She's currently working as a TV host and motivational speaker, if I can say that correctly. Welcome, Indonesia.
Namaste world, beloved judges and beloved sister. Health is something that is very important to all of us, and it shouldn't be a privilege, it should be a fundamental right for everyone. So in our pursuit for a better world, let's not forget something that is very important, something issue that is very critical, which is stunting in children. So according to the UN data, in 2020, there is 149 million children facing stunting worldwide. And most of these children are facing stunting because there is lack of nutrition, because the mothers often focus on providing food that are rich in carbohydrates and often forget the importance, which is vitamins and protein. Imagine everyone, in a newborn baby, there are 100 billion neurons on the brain stem alone. And can we imagine how stunting will definitely have an impact on the qualities of life of an individuals, and most often leading to chronic illness. And more than that, we can see as well that this will have an impact on the cognitive development, also on the brain development, and in the future, of course, it will impact on the education and the career performance of the children. And so it comes a question, how do we even expect a children to thrive at education and to build a nation when in reality, their growth developments are not optimal because of lack of nutrition? And so this is something that we all should overcome together. We can overcome stunting in many ways through public education, monitoring the growth development of the children, and also educating the mothers on the proper nutrition for the children, but not forgetting the importance of digitalizations. Digital in healthcare will really help to provide all this information and education to the mothers in a faster way. And more importantly, the government will be able to collect data accurately and provide interventions faster, both in individuals and community levels. And I have been so grateful because I have the opportunity to work together with the Ministry of Health in Indonesia and creating a model as like a demo video to be distributed to mothers around Indonesia, thousands of them, providing information on the growth developments of the children, and also we can see the change on the heights and the weights of the children so that we can detect earlier on stunting, and we can also provide the preventions and the solutions for it. And so from here we can see how digitalizations can help tackle not only stunting but almost all healthcare issues. And so together, I would like to invite all of us joining hand to hand together to overcome this issue of stunting and to emphasize on the importance of healthcare for all. Because health is for everyone. And health is not a personal matter, but it is a collective asset that will help build a brighter tomorrow, a brighter future. So let's feed their growth today and shape a brighter tomorrow. Because in a healthy body, there is a healthy mind and a healthy soul. And so this is my mission. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Indonesia. We now move to Lebanon and Yasmina Zaytoun. And Yasmina is currently studying journalism, and she would like to continue her studies through to a master's degree in political science. And Yasmin also recently featured in Forbes 30 Under 30s, a great achievement. Please welcome Lebanon.
Marhaba, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored to be representing my country and the Middle East. You girls are so special. Each and everyone here is different. But there's one thing that's common between all of us in this room, all of us in this world, which is humanity. We all have the same human feelings. We all know what's like to be happy, what's like to be sad, what's like to be angry, hungry. We all know these feelings. And listening to all of your stories made me so emotional, especially Miss Belgium. I love you so much, and I know that you're so strong. And I come from a country where I know what's like to fight for your human rights, for your basic human rights. That's why I chose sustainable development, because I know this is the only solution for all the problems. I've heard all of your stories, and there's always a solution for everything. But all of these solutions are under one umbrella, which is sustainable development. What is sustainable development? It's an universal call for action for everyone. So we can stop poverty, we can stop hunger, and we can protect our planet so everyone can live with dignity. Why is it important? Because it's a roadmap for everyone, so we can help each other, and everyone can live with basic human rights. Imagine like there's people in this planet with $200 billion, but there's still children next door that can't afford food and fighting to drink water. While the world leaders are fighting over power, money, fuel, there's women being killed under the name of honor killing. While everyone is watching, the world is watching, there's wars going on and on. There's innocent people that are being killed, and that's unacceptable. That's why I want to ask you, are we losing humanity? I'm scared to lose humanity, because this is all what we need as a human, to have humanity. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. I believe like everyone, everywhere in this planet, no matter what they come from or who they are, they deserve to have basic human rights. They deserve to have clean water, healthy food, electricity. They deserve to have access to education and to health care. Life is unfair. And like Angelina Jolie said once, there's women out there with same abilities as me, maybe prettier than me, smarter than me, stronger than me, but she sits in a refugee camp with no voice. So I'm her voice. I'm here for them and to protect them and to be here for them. So sustainable development is our mission, all of us, not just mine. It's all of us. It's our responsibility because those people don't have a voice. We are their voice. And we're not waiting for any leader or decision maker to step or to do the first step because we are the leaders and it's our responsibility. You are the leaders because we don't just talk, but we act. Shukran.
Thank you, Lebanon. We now move to Malaysia and Wenanita Anggang. Wenanita is currently working as a data analyst after completing her Bachelor of Science in Information Systems. Anita as well was organizing autistic art exhibition, which was for children with autism, and she also has received the Platinum Award for giving 358 hours of voluntary service to her community. A warm welcome to Malaysia.
Namaste and salam sejahtera. Now, as a data analyst and a woman in technology, I have witnessed firsthand how digital transition and transformation has fundamentally changed the way entities work, operate, and also deliver value. Now, what if I were to tell each and every one of you around this table that all of the issues that you brought up can be accelerated and made more achievable with digital transition and transformation? Now, here's how I would personally leverage on digital transition. Digital technologies can gather data and also create insights that can create predictive models and then be used as predictive analysis, which is what I do almost on a daily basis in my day job. Now, in the case of climate change and food security, for example, data analytics can process all of the climate data to generate insights into climate patterns. And in this way, we enable prediction and adaptation strategies. This can help communities prepare for any extreme weather change and also in creating these infrastructures to be more resilient towards climate change. Moving on to healthcare, just like how Indonesia presented earlier, how data can be used in order to make our healthcare more progressive. Now, I would like to present another case where digital technologies can enable remote consultations between patients and healthcare professionals. So this allows medical professionals to create more access to medical care without the need for physical travel. Now, personally, where I come from, in Sabah, this is very useful, especially for the communities from the rural areas, where they might not have enough access to healthcare centers. Before I move on, allow me to tell you a story of how I ended up studying data science. When I was trying to figure out my purpose in life and trying to figure out what I should study, I remembered my father walking in, trotting into my room and presenting a newspaper cutting with a headline saying, "Data Science, the future of the world." Now, I have to be honest, in the beginning, it was not at the top of my list to be a data scientist. Until I got to the post office when I was about to mail my registration form was when I ticked that box and decided right then and there that I was going to study data science. Now, I knew in my heart that that was going to be my purpose. And again, till this day, I believe that was one of the best last-minute decisions I have ever made. Now, that last-minute decision is an opportunity beyond compare. Because a few years back, a majority of our women worldwide were not able to make that same last-minute decision. You know what? They'd be lucky enough if they could make any decision at all. When you create opportunities for women to enter the digital workforce, you are creating opportunity for them to be more empowered in this male-dominated industry. Now, besides that, you are also creating more opportunities for them to enter into other ventures like entrepreneurship, freelancing, and my personal favorite, because I've been doing this for a while now, remote work. Embracing the digital economy is not just about accepting or embracing new digital tools, but it is about embracing progression and also connecting the world. It is about promoting and embracing a world where everyone is going to get the same equal opportunity to be connected and the need to thrive. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we move to Nepal and Priyanka Rani Joshi. Priyanka studied journalism and mass communications and has worked as a TV presenter, model and a writer, and she has ambitions to become a humanitarian ambassador for the United Nations. Welcome, Nepal.
Esteemed judges, distinguished guests, and our 71st champion of change. Envision a world where untapped potential of each woman sparks a global revolution, pushing us towards sustainable and equitable future where everyone thrives, not just survives. I'm Nepal, an ardent advocate for women-led development and empowerment, a social cause that is very deeply embedded in the heart of my beauty with a purpose. This transformative approach to development transcends the traditional narratives of empowerment and envisions women not as passive beneficiaries but as dynamic leaders capable of shaping their destinies and the world around them. We need to shift our mindset from seeing women merely as recipients of support from the society to recognizing them as indispensable leaders, marking critical re-evaluation of our approach towards gender equality and empowerment, and positioning us, the women of the world, as central figure in driving sustainable and inclusive growth. Defined by an unwavering dedication to propel meaningful change, my journey underscores a profound influence of grassroots women-led movement and a transformative capacity inherent in empowering women by giving them capacity in economic generation growth, a force that creates a ripple that resonates across every facet of our society. Nations prioritizing gender equality and women's empowerment observe heightened levels of economic growth and social development worldwide. Empowering women also serves a direct pathway to successful realization of all the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, that today is being discussed in this room and this table. Our global policies, decisions, and actions must be data-driven and evidence-based, consistently reflecting on women-led development and empowerment in two aspects: principle of equality and strategic imperative in advancing humanity. This is the message I imply at the G20 table today. To me, this platform transcends mere competition. It is a beacon of hope, a space for collective action and solidarity, a compelling force of global advocacy. From here, ladies, let's pave way into a future where all women's voices are heard, their rights upheld, and their potentials fully served. Thank you.
Thank you, Nepal. And now it's the turn of Philippines and Gwendolyn Forniol.
Borneo,
And
yes.
Forniol, yes. And Gwendolyn's currently studying for a bachelor's degree in economics and is an ambassador for Educational Research and Development Foundation, and has ambitions to play a vital role ensuring that there is free education for everyone in her country. So welcome the Philippines.
Mahatma Gandhi profoundly stated once, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever." These words resonate with the timeless significance of education as not just a privilege, but a human right. Now, today I speak before you to advocate for the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is to ensure inclusive and equitable education for all and promote lifelong, lifetime opportunities. And growing up, I personally experienced how my mother's journey was exceptionally the transformative power of access to education. Through the access of learning tools, which was all thanks to ERDA Foundation, stands for Educational Research Development Assistance, they provided her with an opportunity. And this enabled her to finish her academic degree and also enabled her to uplift our family out of poverty. This is what education is all about. It is to destroy the cycle of poverty and to open doors to opportunities, to a brighter future for individuals and communities. Now, numbers do not lie. UNESCO reports an estimate of 258 million children and youth in the world do not go to school, and 7.9 million of those children are Filipino children. And even those who are enrolled, they don't even have fair access to quality education. It's all disparity. So those children who are in marginalized communities have the least access to quality education. Girls, children from low-income families, and those who are in conflict area have the least access to quality education. Now, how can we solve this? The answer is TIP, technology, investment, and policy. With technology, we can leverage the educational gap that is currently happening. And I have actually tried this in our learning center, which I've built with the help of many people. And we have gathered 20 iMacs, internet, projectors, to make sure that the children will be able to learn even outside of classrooms. Second, investment. We have to invest into education and make sure that it is reached to marginalized communities. Personally, when I did an outreach in the Philippines, I went to a very isolated place called Guimaras, Iloilo. And I saw how hard it was for them to reach for resources, for learning tools, and I met a girl called Volnia. Thanks to Erda, she is the first graduate of her tribe, and she is now a teacher. And that investment is that she is giving back to her community, she is teaching, and she's ensuring that all her 6 siblings will have access to education. Next is policy. Now, policymakers need to ensure that these policies and laws are regulated and mandated for people who don't have access to quality education, those who are in dark places, isolated, those people I've worked with every single day at ERDA Foundation in Baseco area, which is the poorest area in Manila.
Fine.
We need to ensure that these are the people that are being heard. Those children, their stories like Rodnia, stories who deserve to be heard on a platform like this. And I want to thank Madam Julia Morley for giving us the Beauty with a Purpose platform, for allowing those children to be heard. Because we are all interconnected as one earth, one family, and one future. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we move to Thailand and Tharina Botes, I think it is, if I get that right. And Tharina is currently studying a Bachelor of Science and degree in Commerce and Marketing. and she also runs her own clothing brand, which helps to empower women. A warm welcome to Thailand.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so blessed to be with all of you here today. Today, as we gather not only as individuals from different corners of the world, but as guardians of a fundamental right, a right to nourishment, the right to food security. But the sad reality is that millions of our brothers and sisters are going to sleep hungry every single night. Last night, I checked the statistics of how many people are dying of hunger, and the numbers were rising by every 10 seconds. 9 million people die of hunger every single year, and as of 2024, we are on 1.3 million people that have died, and it is only February. Food security is not just a statistic on a chart. Imagine for a moment a feeling of your stomach pulling away from your insides, the desperation of a parent who is unable to provide for their child. That is the harsh reality for many in our world. But let us not dwell solely on the darkness of the problem, because in every challenge lies an opportunity for change, for transformation, and for hope. Each and every one of us can make a difference, be a beacon of light in a world of hunger. Whether you're a policymaker shaping the future, a consumer making daily choices, or even a volunteer lending a hand, your actions matter. Which is why I've tirelessly dedicated my time, especially for the last 3 years, with an organization called Scholars of Sustenance. We collect and distribute surplus food to communities all over Thailand. And when we cook the food, we do it with so much love. But every day as we're distributing food, there's hundreds of people lining up, and it breaks my heart because we don't realize how fortunate we are. They're carrying these little plastic containers just waiting for one meal of food. But today, I'm proud to say that as the ambassador of Scholars of Sustenance, we have distributed 33 million meals across Thailand and 35 million meals across 3 countries globally. Together, we can sow the seeds of change. We can cultivate a future that we wish to see in the world, where every child has a plate full of food and a brighter future, and where food security is not just a privilege, but a right for all. So I urge you, my friends, my fellow global citizens, let us be the change we wish to see in this world. These words resonate with me, as my grandmother taught me the value of kindness and the profound impact it can have on the lives of others. Let us nourish not just our bodies, but our souls with the spirits of kindness and compassion. Together, we can create a world where food security is not just a dream, but a reality. And let us remember, we share one earth, one family, and one future. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We now have just one contestant to go. The final contestant in this year's head-to-head challenge from Vietnam, Hien Phong. And Hien majored in English studies at university, currently working as a bilingual TV host, a fashion model, an influencer, a businesswoman, a social activist, what more? But let's hear from you now, the final contestant, Vietnam.
Xin chào. It is of my great honor to be here and presenting to you all about my Beauty with a Purpose project and how I approach sustainable development goals as a girl of ACT and a person who always believes in the miracle of love. I want to give sustainability in helping others by creating Yako by Mai Phương t-shirt. It is a non-profit fashion brand that I came up with my whole team in Vietnam. Back when I was in my freshman year of college, I've always wanted to do charitable projects, but all I had back then was just very little money. So I came up with a whole group of friends, and we would gather clothes, snacks, and we would go to orphanage places so that we can send support and just give them some songs, singing and playing with them. But I've always been dreaming of creating something bigger so I can sustain and help them in the long run. And because of believing in magic and miracle, it has led me to where I am today. It's Yako by my phone. And by the time that I arrived in India, my whole team is still working very hard in Vietnam, and we've raised nearly 8,000 USD to help the others by selling these t-shirts. And thank you to the impact of Miss World yesterday, just last night, within 3 hours, we have raised over 3,000 USD by selling t-shirts through live streaming on social platforms. I am an influencer in Vietnam, and I have so many other social platforms that are well supported, and we have massive community there that are always willing to help. And with all of this heart from Vietnam, I just want to tell everyone that there can be so many ways to help others, but we can start from small. And when it adds up, you can change the whole world by believing in what you do. And as for myself, I will never stop helping other people, because I find that it is the thing that I enjoy very much, and it brings me happiness just to see you all. And please don't mind if I remind you all again that I do bring Yako t-shirt here, and all of you guys are my international ambassadors, embarking on this journey to help so many others out there. We've been building schools, kitchen, providing medical care for children, for women, and I can't wait to do more. And of course, we are always willing to send more to our international friend and fund as well, because I bring you guys living business to sustain in the long run, and that's what I call sustainability and helping others. I have only one heart, but yet so much love to give. And I love you all so much, and please support us, Yako t-shirt. And by the way, I have this cat image on this t-shirt. I worked with my design team, and I was born in cat year. And this cat has a mole just like me on my left cheek that reminds you all of me. So hopefully in the future, I would go to organizations and other enterprises at partnership, because I once faced with many turn downs when I asked for sponsorships. And I'm so thankful for that, because it helps me to bring the strength so that I can do everything independently. And now I'm here confident enough to go with you guys as partnership, and we can do this together. Sell more t-shirts, get more money, help more people, create future for this world, better place.
Thank you, Vietnam, as our last contestant.